Hey guys, Harry Duff with Ohio Brush Patrol. So we are out here on another nice cold day. We are not going to be doing any work on the International or on the trailer or on the Honda Odyssey. We are back on the Super Duty here. Trying to finish up the kind of final project that I wanted to get on this thing. We are going to be installing a brush guard that I had sitting around off my old truck that I sold. Yeah, I've had this thing sitting out back for probably about a year and a half, so it's still in really good shape. I've had all the brackets and hardware in just a little container over here, so I'm going to strictly be doing this by memory. I don't have any instructions or anything, but I mean, it's really not too hard. It's just nuts and bolts. But got two brackets and these fasteners. This is a Ranch Hand. I don't even think it has a model on it. No, it's just got patent numbers. I do not know the model of this, but it's a Ranch Hand, and this style for a Super Duty. So the idea here is to take off the stock bumper, which I'll get you guys set up, and you can kind of watch me do that. It's really not too hard. Two bolts right here, two bolts right here, and take this 13 out, take this 13 out. I think you got one connector for the fog lights. That's if you have fog lights. I do have fog lights on this bumper too, so that'll save me a little bit of time, so I don't have to rig those up and get them aimed and everything. But yeah, I'll get you guys set up, and yeah, this is like I said, the final project on the Super Duty, and I'll just drive it. Hopefully it'll be it'll be a pretty decent truck, but who knows. It's got a bunch of miles on it. It's got 299,000 miles on it, but the thing runs like an absolute top. These 6.2s are kind of known for being a little bit chattery, the top end valve train being a little bit chattery. This thing sounds amazing, no chattering. Transmission shifts perfectly fine, so I think it'll be a really good truck. I tested out the four-wheel drive yesterday, actually. I'll probably post a video of it, but I got the chipper truck stuck in the front yard, and I had to use this to pull it out. So yeah, stay tuned for the front bumper removal and the brush guard install. So all right guys, so that's as simple as the removal is. The installation is going to be a little bit more challenging, I guess, but yeah, these bumpers come off real easy. They're, like I said, two bolts that hold it on here. You have these weird double nut setups that go on the backhand side, these two 13s, and one connection right here for the fog lights if you got them. This is actually a gas truck, but it has a block heater on it, which is kind of odd. So this must have been originally from a real cold state, maybe Canada or something like that. But yeah, that's kind of unusual to have a block heater on a gas engine. What I was fighting with a little bit was this rubber shield they had zip tied to it. Usually there's Christmas tree clips that hold that to the bumper, but yep, that's the removal. I did want to go over something real quick. So I've gotten a couple questions on the land clearing videos and the forestry mulching videos. The reason for the whole string of repair videos right now is I actually explained this in I think it was a Honda brake pad replacement video, but yeah, I've been off work for the past month and a half, month and a week or so, something like that. My wife was actually in a car accident, pretty bad car accident, so I've had to really tone it back, stay home, help out with the kids. and yeah, just kind of figure all that stuff out. So it's been a pretty interesting month, but it's winding down. She's healing really good, and yeah, that's the reason for the whole string of Honda repair videos, Super Duty repair videos, chipper repair videos, the chipper truck, just kind of all this stuff. I'm just trying to kind of get caught up on everything, so just wanted to explain that. I'll get back to the installation of this brush guard. I would most definitely recommend two people. Putting this brush guard on. This thing actually is really heavy. I'm gonna get pretty creative, I guess, with probably blocking it up on this side. I'll figure it out. It'll be all right. But here's the factory bumper. Not a bad looking bumper. It's really not. It's actually in really good shape for the miles and everything. So then there's the aftermarket one. Like I said, Ranchan. It's a little dirty, but pressure wash it off and it'll look good. I really like the look of it on my other truck. I think my other truck was a 2011 or 12 F350. That was a nice truck. That was actually a diesel. That thing was tuned and deleted. It had a service cab on the back of it, so it kept all my tools dry. It was really nice. Maybe I'll post a picture of it. Show you real quick. So for these aftermarket brackets to fit on here, you got to take the factory tow hooks. You got to take those tow hooks off. There's 3 bolts, 3 15mm bolts. You have to take these off also. Then this should slide right over there, and then you put new hardware in, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so I'm doing all this from memory. I don't have any instructions, so I'm trying to remember how this goes. I remember the factory tow hooks did go back on. A little something like that. Yep, went like that. You reuse the 3 bolts for the tow hooks, or I mean, you can get new fasters, but I'm gonna reuse them. NICs, it's always your friend on this kind of stuff. Just a little bit goes a long way. Tow hook just goes pretty much back in its original position, but that bracket is just in between the frame and the tow hook, and you just run the 3 bolts in their original positions up through the tow hook, and that's it. Probably would not be a bad idea to replace these with grade 8 bolts, but I mean, if yours are still in good shape and you don't want to make a run to the hardware store, I would just reuse them, which that's what I'm doing. Alright, so I just got those finger tight. Alright, just kind of go over what I did. I put all the shorter bolts on the side here, 2 there, 2 here. I reused the bolts for the factory tow hooks, and all these longer bolts should go in the back of this and hold the bumper to the actual bracket. Like I said, I'm leaving some play in these, leaving them loose so I can get the bumper on there, so I have some adjustment so I can make it nice and straight and make it look halfway decent. So I'll jump over the other side and do the same thing, and then we'll work on getting this big old bumper on there. All right, guys. So I got both brackets on. Like I said, they're still loose. I am going to try and manhandle this bracket up on here. It should rest on these. And then that might allow me a little bit of time to get the bolts on there. So yeah, we'll see. Honestly, I can't remember if I'm supposed to take these brackets off or not. I think I can leave them on. So we'll try first just leaving them on and see how that goes. All right, I got it up there. The thing was most definitely a lot heavier than I remember. I would most definitely recommend second person on this too, like I said before. But I got it up there, got a couple bolts started in it, and it's not going anywhere. So now I just need to tighten everything up, and like I said, make sure it's aligned on each side. Yeah, this side's way high, this side's low. So yeah, I'll be fighting with that for a little bit, but it should look pretty good. All right, guys, so I got everything somewhat tightened up except for the actual bumper itself. So there's still play in this. I can shift it side to side. My height is really good. I like the height. But yeah, I just got some fine tuning to do. I got to zip tie the wire up, and that's really it. All right, guys, so I've been working at it for a little bit, just adjusting, doing fine tuning adjustments and stuff on it. So I'll show you guys kind of how I do it. So I look at this gap in between the headlights and the bumper. I look at that gap, compare that side to side. So let's say that's probably 3/4 of an inch. Then you go over this side, have just about the same gap. Another thing to make sure it's straight on your truck, line this edge right here up with your fender and just kind of look down it. So I probably have, let's say a little less than a 1/2 inch, maybe right at a 1/2 inch, 3/8 of an inch jutting out. Go over and compare it to this side. I have just about the same. So that's how I make sure it's nice and straight. You're not driving down the road and it looks all cockeyed and weird. But I'm happy with it how it is. So I'm going to tighten up the rest of the bolts, plug the fog lights in, make sure they work, and I'll give you guys a decent view of it. So yep. All right, guys, everything's tight. Give you a little tour of underneath and how we did it. But here's our brackets. These are the bolts that tighten the bumper to the actual bracket. These are all the short bolts. Got all those tight. Got my fog lights ran up and over everything so it's out of the way, nothing's hanging down. Same thing on this side. Like I said, I got my block heater, which I'll probably never use, this being a gas truck, but got my block heater just kind of situated up there so it's not hanging down. Got the wires all zip tied nice. So yeah, that's it. All right, guys, ready for the big reveal. Woo! Most definitely think it changes the look of the entire truck. I really like the look of it. You guys can't see super well, but it did drag that front end down just a little bit, so now the truck sits nice and level. That bumper is heavy, I tell you what. So if you're going with a big old heavy duty bumper, I would most definitely go with probably 2.5-inch leveling kit. If you guys want more information on that leveling kit, just check out the video that I posted for installing the leveling kit on this specific truck. But yeah, this thing it's not going anywhere. It does have a winch mount, which is nice. I'm not putting a winch on it. That's not doing that. You can still reach your factory tow hooks, which is very nice also. They're back in there, but yeah, I really think it looks nice. I like it. So how about you guys comment on your favorite brush guard setup, or favorite brush guard you guys have had in the past. I really like this one just because it's almost low profile. They have those ones where the bar goes up real high and it protects your entire grill, but that piece that goes up real high is always really flimsy. And also it's a huge pain in the butt when you're trying to do anything underneath the hood, because you gotta crawl on the inside. This thing, it has not a lot of space, but some space. And also, I mean, if you hit a deer or something like that, it'll still protect all your important components. So yep, I'm most definitely a fan of this thing. I'll get it cleaned up and maybe post some pictures of it cleaned up. But yeah, that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching, and please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.